So, you probably have heard of DeepSeek. It's a name that's been buzzing in the AI community for a while now, and with good reason. This relatively unknown company has recently dropped a bomb on the world of artificial intelligence. Just think about it. A Chinese company, new to the scene, yet somehow managing to shake up the entire industry with some groundbreaking AI developments. How did they do it? Let's start with the basics. DeepSeek has been grabbing headlines for two big reasons. First, they just released a brand new multimodal AI model family called Janice Pro. Now, don't worry if you've never heard of it before. We're going to dive into it, and trust me, you'll want to keep reading. Janice Pro is making waves because, according to DeepSeek's internal tests, it allegedly outperforms some of the most well-known models out there, like OpenAI's DALL-E 3, Pixar's Alpha, and Emu 3 General Now. That's a bold claim to make since these models have been around for longer. But here's what's so shocking. It's not just on some minor benchmark. We're talking about benchmarks like GenEVL and DPG Bench. If you know anything about AI benchmarks, you know that's a big deal. So what's the real story behind these claims? The Janice Pro model, a new era in AI. Janice Pro isn't just any AI model. It's designed to tackle everything. Image generation, image analysis, text-based tasks. It's a one-stop shop for everything AI-related. Imagine a single model that doesn't just specialize in one thing like text or images, but does both. What makes this even more interesting is that it's open source, meaning anyone can access and use it. This is very different from companies like OpenAI, which keep their models private and only allow access through paid services. DeepSeek's Janice Pro is offered in various sizes, ranging from 1 billion parameters to a hefty 7 billion parameters, with the latter being the flagship model. And guess what? It's been tested by the community in a variety of ways. One test, for example, involved using Janice Pro to analyze images. The results were pretty solid. Janice Pro could accurately describe things like object positions and appearances. But here's the catch. When it came to analyzing deeper meanings or metaphorical representations, Janice Pro wasn't quite there yet. It described the literal objects, but missed the deeper symbolic message in an image. Now, GPT-4 Vision? It nailed the metaphorical aspects. It's clear that Janice Pro is versatile, but there's still room for improvement. This versatility makes it stand out, but it's not exactly the best when it comes to artistic flair or sharpness compared to specialized models like Stable Diffusion or SDXL. In a test where users asked Janice Pro to generate an image of a cute baby fox in an autumn scene, Janice Pro did well with the baby part, but couldn't quite match the sharpness and detail that SDXL brought to the table. It's a trade-off. Janice Pro nails the prompt, but SDXL brings out the polished details. When you have the skills to do everything, you're a master of nothing. And that is the main thing Janice Pro is struggling with. The R1 model, a game changer? And let's not forget DeepSeek's R1 model. This one got people really talking because it's been said to match OpenAI's GPT-4 performance at a fraction of the cost. And when we say fraction, we mean a tiny fraction. DeepSeek reportedly spent around $5 million to develop R1, while major players in the AI space, like OpenAI, are spending billions. Can you imagine that? What does this say about the AI arms race? Could it be that the biggest companies are overspending while smaller players like DeepSeek quietly innovate and undercut them? Now, this raises a huge question. If DeepSeek can develop a competitive AI for less than $10 million, what does this mean for the future of AI? Could we be looking at a major shift in how AI is developed? And is this a sign that small, nimble companies might be the real disruptors, while the giants are getting too comfortable with their massive budgets? It is clear China doesn't need money to create something revolutionary, so the rest of the tech giants need to start thinking bigger. The hype, the hacking, and the unforeseen attention. Just as things were heating up with Janice Pro and the R1 model, DeepSeek got hit by a cyber attack. Talk about timing, right? The app had just reached the top of the Apple App Store's free applications list in the US, and then bam, a hacking attempt caused major issues with the site. This is one of those moments where you think, is this a coincidence, or is someone out there trying to derail the hype? It definitely created a lot of buzz, but not the kind DeepSeek probably wanted. But then again, even bad press is press, and it's definitely getting the word out there that DeepSeek is here to stay. The bigger picture, a shift in AI development? It's hard not to look at DeepSeek's success and wonder if we're witnessing a turning point in the AI world. After all, the company's rise to prominence isn't just about its innovative models, it's about how they've approached AI development. While big players like OpenAI and Meta continue to pour billions into their AI systems, DeepSeek has managed to produce similar, if not better, results for a fraction of the price. The question is, how are they doing it? DeepSeek claims they've used new training techniques that focus on the most relevant data, saving a ton of computing resources in the process. They've also built on open-source frameworks from companies like Alibaba and Meta, fine-tuning them into something new. And here's the thing. It's not the first time open-source projects have been used to create something incredible. But DeepSeek is proving that with the right techniques, smaller companies can be just as powerful as the giants in the AI space. The impact on the stock market and global politics. The AI revolution from DeepSeek hasn't just been felt in the lab. It's also shaking up the stock market. When news broke about DeepSeek's ability to compete with the likes of OpenAI while spending a fraction of the cost, the stock market reacted in a big way. NVIDIA's shares plummeted, causing a dip in market value that was, frankly, eye-popping. If companies don't need the most cutting-edge chips to train competitive AI, then NVIDIA's unstoppable growth might not be as inevitable as everyone thought. This also leads to some fascinating political implications. President Trump, of all people, weighed in, saying that DeepSeek's success should serve as a wake-up call for American industries. The US government has been cracking down on chip exports to China, trying to slow down Chinese AI progress. But here we have a Chinese company, DeepSeek, using available resources to build world-class AI without needing the latest NVIDIA chips. There's nothing any government can do to stop the rise of AI on a budget. How does this impact the narrative of AI dominance? And are export controls even effective anymore? The future of AI. Bigger budgets or smarter methods? Let's be real. If DeepSeek can produce GPT-level models without breaking the bank, then maybe these big AI budgets from companies like OpenAI, Meta, and Google are starting to look a little excessive. While some are questioning whether smaller teams can continue to innovate on a budget, others argue that the future of AI isn't just about training the model. It's about how you deploy it at scale. After all, having billions of dollars to serve a global audience is no small feat. Still, DeepSeek's rapid rise has forced everyone to reconsider the status quo. They've shown that innovation doesn't always come from the biggest companies with the deepest pockets. Instead, it can come from smaller, more agile teams that have figured out a smarter way to do things. A game changer, or just another fad? So, here we are. DeepSeek is a company that's come out of nowhere and created an AI that's pushing the boundaries of what we thought was possible, all while keeping costs low and operating with a fresh perspective. But as with all things in the tech world, the big question remains, is this just a one-off scenario, or will we see more small companies challenging the giants of AI? We're living in some pretty wild times, aren't we? A new era of AI could be on the horizon, and DeepSeek is leading the charge. The question is, will this momentum continue, or will the big players like OpenAI and Meta maintain their dominance through sheer resources and scale? Only time will tell. But one thing's for sure, the conversation around AI just got a whole lot more interesting. What do you think? Is DeepSeek onto something big, or will the giants catch up and maintain their lead?